Man, this place is really rocking tonight, but I can't see what songs they have. Everyone is crowding that nasty songbook.
Bro, what are you getting at? Don't you know about KaraoQ? It's the free mobile app you can use to find the song you want and sign up to sing. And it even tells you where you're at in the queue. It's sick.
Whoa, man, that's pretty sweet. But it's so late, I won't even have a chance to get on stage.
Bro, just download the app. It also has a feature called the bump that you can use to skip the line and sing next. What are you waiting for?
I'm downloading KaraoQ right now. I'm ready to rock the mic.
Yeah, what song you gonna sing?
Total Eclipse of the Heart, bro.
Have fun with that one.
Hi, we're here at Post Summit. I'm here with Michael Amburgey, and I'm Joe Vangieri with DigiTrax, Michael with KaraoQ. Michael and I met this past July at the Summer NAMM, and we were introduced through Launch Tennessee, which is an incubator system across the state of Tennessee, economic incubators based upon entrepreneurial studies. I worked here out of the Knoxville one. Michael worked out of the Nashville one. Michael was part of Project Music. We went into that through the... But we keep getting these questions. How do we double, triple, even quadruple our income? So a lot of KJs, and we said we were going to deliver that. So I guess we failed on that part. But however, we're going to make up for it in this video here, guys, because we went out and we surveyed tons of KJs. And one of the things that we got back from those KJs was, how can I go out and do this? Well, 2 years ago, I was out at the Mobile Beat conference, and we were going to come out with this box with this other company, and it really never happened. But we had a bunch of karaoke jockeys actually interested in going to resell these boxes for us. And now we've got this user experience with KaraoQ, and we're able to now have something we can offer the public at large, which is an end-to-end system. Why don't you tell them about KaraoQ 360, and then I'm going to handle on how you're going to increase your income. And one of the ways you're going to do it is, like Hal Kenny, we were talking with Hal and Joni Karaoke, and we've interviewed so many different karaoke hosts around the country, and how to increase their revenues was get more venues. Get more venues going. And now having the software as a service with PCDJ Karaoke, KaraoQ, and the Karaoke Cloud, you can now go to that bar that wanted to pay you $125 a week and say, listen, Mr. or Mrs. bar owner, what we'll be able to do for you is for $399 a month, I'm going to be able to sell that to you. Now, you're going to buy that from us collectively at $129 a month and be able to resell it at $399 to that bar. You could supply them with, and most of them have sound systems ready. If not, you could supply them with a little sound system. If they're signing on 90-day contracts with you, that's 3 months of karaoke. My goodness, guys, you get 10 gigs going. That's another 400 times 10. That's $4,000 a month. 12 months in a year. That's another $45,000, $48,000 bump.
Sure.
Bump in money.
And what you're speaking to exactly is KaraoQ 360. So the entire concept is to have the first end-to-end 360-degree solution platform. Not just for KJs, but for the venues. A lot of the venues, in fact, are or have been in the past reducing their nights of karaoke, or in some cases eliminating them in fear of anything of lawsuits or anything like that. And so by creating this first very holistic, very integrated end-to-end solution, it not only allows them to be fully licensed, fully legal, but then fully integrated. So if they have that karaoke host, or in the case of Joe's example, that they kind of set up shop for them and allow them to kind of self-maintain, they're gaining all of the other benefits of the KaraoQ platform with KaraoQ 360. And what I mean by that is being able to track patron dwell time. Right now, patrons on average stay in venues about 4.5 hours with the KaraoQ app from the time they check in to the time they check out. That's longer than a movie. That's longer than a concert. It's longer than binge watching 5 episodes of Sons of Anarchy on Netflix. So you can get a lot done in that period of time. And in the case of a venue or a KJ, you actually have them as a captive audience. So if they're looking up at Venue Queue, the screen that's utilized to show the queue, that they can show drink specials or even utilize for their own advertising needs.
Yeah, let's press pause right there, because we don't see the forest for the trees a lot of times. And I'm speaking for myself and Michael. We're moving so fast trying to develop our business, keep our businesses alive. I mean, I'm a startup. I'm 3 years old. Michael's a startup. I mean, you've just been through the program. How old is the company now?
Company's a little over a year old, 5th startup, but relatively speaking, it's a new company.
We're fledgling. I mean, we're just getting our wings and our feathers here. So, what we want to be able to do is now offer you that. Michael said Venue Q, and what Venue Q was. And I see a lot of this on the message boards where they're saying, well, a bump is a bribe. And people, the first gut reaction, and it was my gut reaction too, and I was straight with you and honest with you. The first time I went to go meet him, he goes, KaraoQ, I said, bar fight. I'm from Jersey. I'm immediately thinking bar fight. I'm like, that's a bar fight. Sure. And he goes, well, that may be. Why don't you come out with me? So we went out to Printer's Alley to Mrs. Kelly's. And it was
the pilot bar that we launched.
Yeah, furthest thing from a bar fight I've ever seen. It was a lot of fun. Then we did 3rd and Lindsley, and then we did a bunch of other clubs. And from what I've seen out there, there's been no blowback. There's been no. I mean, I haven't seen it. So if I see it, that's one thing. I mean, I can understand if you have some apprehension. I mean, when I first came out with karaoke, I mean, when we first did it back in 1987, before it existed. Can you imagine going into a bar owner in New Jersey and in Manhattan and going, I got this thing, karaoke. What do I want to do karate for in my bar? No, it's not karate. It's karaoke, kara, empty, or okay, orchestra. So, and explaining what that was. So being the first mouse in a mousetrap, that turned around in one of my first entrepreneurial endeavors. And it worked out well for me. We got a lot of clubs back then. And I see that now as well. I mean, how many Holiday Inns around you? How many smaller bars around you? How many resorts? How many clubs? Chain restaurants around you that you could now go out and get residual income on a system that can be pretty much automated. And they could get someone from their club, or you can supply them with a host, make your base money, plus make your money. We have back-end money for you to make as well.
Sure.
And it's significant. I mean, it's a lot of the money that will be coming into this will be going out to all the KJs and raising your incomes. I mean, we want you to be our boots on the ground. We want to work with you to go into areas. Like, look, we're going into every area, guys. We're gung-ho about this. We're going to build the sales force. I mean, I did this with PC DJ when we were the very first DJ. So I remember going and being in Atlantic City in 1999 and speaking, and DJs were laughing. No one will ever use a computer to DJ. I said, no, you got this all wrong. Everyone's going to use a computer. I hope it's just using my software.
Right.
And that's true enough. I mean, we started a multi-billion-dollar industry back then. But once again, being the first mouse in a mousetrap. But I ended up selling that company in 2006 to a great company, Digital One Media, who still runs PC DJ, which is all part of KaraoQ 360. And there's other softwares coming on board. But PC DJ Karaoke is up, it's running, and let me tell you, Ryan, the team over there, Anna Marquez, Bill O'Callahan, what a great team. I mean, you couldn't find Alan, and then Alan from development, just a great team. They did a phenomenal job. Tony on their back end, they're really bringing it, guys. And Mike, why don't you tell them a little bit about the onboarding process and how we're going to help KJs make more money in those areas?
Sure. So let me jump back onto two things that actually relate to that. First off, you talked about the bar fights.
Yeah.
And it was actually, we got quoted in an article after we did our pitch at the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville that we were going to win a Nobel Peace Prize for eliminating barroom fights.
Country Hall of Fame presentation.
It was fun. Speaking of bar fights, after we did our pitch at the Country Music Hall of Fame, we were actually covered by a paper there in Nashville. And they said that we would win a Nobel Peace Prize for eliminating barroom fights. And you may ask, well, why would that be the case? Well, in our case, it's because we create the transparency, right? When people talk about the bumps and they want to call it a bribe, quite simply put, a bribe is something that kind of happens on the back end with the veil pulled over people's eyes. And in this society with millennials, when you've got Uber and Spotify and Pandora and Netflix and Hulu, they're paying for those on-demand experiences, and they understand that. And I think the big part of the queue is that you create that transparency that they don't have today. So if someone does pay to move up, they can simply see that, so they're not wondering where they're at in line and when they're going to get to sing.
It's the next largest group of consumers. The millennials are the largest. Like, if you're not confronting and not looking at and not figuring out how to market to millennials, then you're not in this game anymore.
Well, and on top of that, they're paying for experiences and not material possessions, not physical objects. They're paying for the experiences. And I think that that's what we help promote as part of this. And then when you went back and talked about how we increase the revenue even outside of the tips and bumps, which right now we see about anywhere between a $90 to $150 average additional per night through tips and bumps, which is substantial. And that's with most of these venues and these KJs, very little marketing materials they've put on site, but we now give them the ability to go purchase those materials through KaraoQ.
So we're looking at if you were to go and sell a local bar that was willing to pay you $125 a night, and you were turn around, give it to them for $3.99, put a little sound system in there, some microphones, maintain it, go visit the fellow once a week, make sure the thing is up and running correctly, make sure the nights, I would probably go in a few beginning nights and get it going, and and then set it, forget it, the Ron Popeil school, and it's an end-to-end solution that really works. And I tell you what, I think with our shout-outs, and we'll show you an example here. Here's an example of one of our how-tos that play during the night.
Visit the Apple or Google Play App Store to download the free KaraoQ app now. Sign in with Facebook, Google+, Spotify, or email, and get in the queue. Select your current venue and hit Sign Up to Sing. Browse our library, pick a song, and get ready to sing.
That was pretty cool, wasn't it? That how-to, it sound great, look great. We're going to have those run all night long. And then we're even going to have artist shout-outs. I mean, you heard Adam Zink from Warner talk during the thing. I mean, how cool would it be to have Blake Shelton say, hey, sing my song.
And then come back on and actually say thank you for singing my song and give you some type of active fan engagement.
Yeah.
As we've always said, the experience that upgrades any karaoke experience. And then going back to the venue.
And just so you know, guys, that package isn't available yet. We're working on it. You heard Adam Zink from Warner say it. It's not coming out of me. So,
no.
I mean, we're actively working on those. And hopefully, Joe Galante from Sony, So hopefully, first quarter next year, we've had this part of the engagement done. And look, we're looking for people to start with us. And if you're the early adopters, I mean, those first Uber drivers are still killing it and making a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Airbnb has done so much for people. And hopefully we can provide that for people. So that's how you double, triple, or even quadruple your income. I mean, I was able, when I started my karaoke business, to get it up to 57 venues. If you get 10 venues, $4,000 a month. 20 venues, that's another $8,000. You could get another almost $90,000 a year in gross revenue into your karaoke business by just doing this, by getting 20 gigs.
Well, and speaking to how do they get those venues, I think just if you taking the model and having it stand on its own, and you take what the offering has and have that stand on its own, we're having venues. We have at least 40 in our pipeline today that don't have karaoke. And want it now. And if they don't have karaoke means they also don't have karaoke hosts. So a part of our model has always been rising tide lifts all boats. And so now the ability for us to go back and take our experienced KJs within our KaraoQ 360 network and say, here's venues in your area that would like to come on board with KaraoQ. Now as they go and onboard those, and that's happening because the venues are seeing the value of KaraoQ outside of just simply karaoke. They're seeing it as experience, captive marketing, patron engagement. They have the analytics and the insight that quite simply no one in the bar and nightclub industry can offer today. They can't.
Look, I've owned a bar. We want to sell drinks.
Right.
We want to sell food.
Right.
We want people staying. Right. But we want people staying who are drinking and eating food.
Right, that's right.
We don't want the table to be their water service. We used to call them water customers.
Sure.
So we don't want that. And we understand what it is and what it takes to be a business owner. And we know that there are going to be aggressive young entrepreneurs out there who are karaoke hosts that want to build their businesses, and we want to build them with you. And this is a way for you to do it. It's really simple. I mean, up until now, we weren't able to do this. We didn't have that KaraoQ app. We didn't have that fan engagement that we really needed. I had the Karaoke Cloud. We had Karaoke, and now with KaraoQ, having the KaraoQ 360,
sure,
it's something now that you can go out and resell and grow. We're going into these areas. We're going to be doing aggressive marketing campaigns into every major metropolitan area, and then every market, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4.
Sure.
Just like radio. We're going to follow the radio's example. We're going to go in and we're setting up a syndication. And our syndication is going to be very powerful. And if you're a part of that syndication, it's going to add to your bottom line. So,
and speaking of that, it's going also and making sure we drive back to major municipalities and tourist cities, because when they are using the app, if they are at a Hilton Resort, or they are at some type of other restaurant or hotel, then they're taking that back to their hometown. Now they've got the app, and then they can, again, use the app for discovery to find those venues around them that also host with KaraoQ.
Yeah, and I mean, that's shooting fish in a barrel, guys. I mean, we're in a heavy tourist state, Tennessee. We're in a music tourist state. Like by me, we've got Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. We've got Sevierville with Dollywood, and my goodness, if you've ever been here to the Great Smoky Mountains, it's, come visit. It's great. It's the third most visited national park, I believe, in the country. And we get quite a crowd here. And, of course, you in Nashville get a crowd all the time. Sure. I mean, your streets are always packed. Have a holler and a swaller. Tootsies at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But, look, it makes it fun. And we want to have something that you can offer your clientele. If you're the type of host that wants to grow his business, become a multi-system operator, wants to become a music mogul. I like that. I'm getting that term from Empire, the young guy always wants to be a mogul. Yep. So I got my mogul suit on today. But anyway, let's get your mogul suits on. Let's get out there and start building your base. We want to work with you. We're going to help you. We're going to support you. We're giving you all these tools. We're giving you legal karaoke. And guys, it's coming down. I mean, I'm on the phone with the publishers all the time, and you saw through this presentation what it takes. We pay extreme advances. We pay a lot of money for those, for the opportunity to record these songs, and it is an opportunity. Sure. It is neither compulsory nor statutory. They don't have to give this to us, and you're seeing it now. You're seeing Tricerasoft being pulled down. You're seeing Sony EMI go after them, and I'm sure more is headed their way. All of those labels that were associated with it are now gone.
Well, and speaking to that too, the music label engagement that we've already drawn so much interest from when we talk about Joe Galante and Adam Zink, and even like with Universal, Sony, Warner, Big Machine, obviously, who is really kind of steering a lot of what's happening early on in the karaoke industry with Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. They're simply not going to have involvement when there's illegal content at play. Yeah. And so those venues or those KJs that operate in that fashion are not going to be able to have this type of experience, and are not going to be able to reap those benefits.
That's right. And look, I mean, we've got a great opportunity here for you. If you take our KaraoQ 360, there's going to be advancements and new things coming out all the time.
Sure.
You're looking at the face of this. This is Michael Amburgey. I'm very fortunate to have met him and work with him in what we're building here. We're going through the accelerator program together with Launch Tennessee. We had
huge.
I know. We just had our first meetings this week, and it was
the governor's residence.
Yeah, got to pitch to the governor's board of directors. That was pretty neat. Got to see Michael pitch to the governor. Our children's karaoke product, Children's Media Studio, Sing and Spell, my wife's company. We were able to put that, and that's in Launch 10 too. So, two of the companies we're working with, out of hundreds of companies that applied to get into this, two of our companies got in. So we're doing the right thing, guys. We're working hard. We're working hard to your benefit. We want to win you over. Give us the opportunity. Give it a try. If you want to grow your business, we're the place to do it.
Yeah, and I think just quickly building upon that, we've gotten feedback from forums and other communities that they want to hear from KaraoQ KJs and KaraoQ venues. So as I think that now we've launched KaraoQ 360 over periods of 30, 60, and 90 days, we'll continue to release those out on the website, different social feeds and forums, so that they can get exposure from some of our more seasoned KJs and the venues that really focus on the KaraoQ 360 experience, and use that as a knowledge base and a knowledge network for the ones that come on board.
It's real simple. Go to KaraoQ, KARAOQ 360.com, right here on the screen, and click the sign up button, fill out the form, and we're going to get on the phone with you. You're going to talk to either Trish, Kat, Aaron, or Eddie, and they're going to onboard you and get you going, test it out, and look.
We're doing that specifically. We want to focus on quality and not just quantity. So we're taking the time to not only onboard you through our chat support system, the forms, our help desk ticketing system, but ultimately getting phone time with you or getting FaceTime if even at all possible, in order to let you know that we understand their pain points and that they understand the opportunities and what we can bring to the table, and that we focus on quality for them as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, and this is the music industry.
It's all about relationships.
It's all about relationships. It's all about building out. It's all about business. And our maxims for this are control equals income. Income for you, income for us. Income for the publishers, income for the venue. And so control equals income. The second one we're going to do is quantity equals viability. So we're going to do quantity will equal quality will equal viability. So, your early adopters, it may not be for you, but some of your early adopters, it very well may be for you, and you don't know it until you try it. And look, fortune favors the bold. Take this plunge with us, and you're going to be very happy you did. We have already up to 150 people we're onboarding. We're going to work this process. Yeah, are there going to be problems? Absolutely. Are there going to be bugs? Guaranteed.
Yep.
We'll work them all out. We'll sort through them. That's what business is all about. We'll refine it. We'll get working on it. We're working with Hal Kenny and his karaoke Q&A. It almost sounds like KaraoQ and A.
Right.
Karaoke Q&A, and we've done doing a few episodes with him at our studio here, where we ran the summit. We're going to be at Mobile Beat. We'll have this at Nightclub and Bar. We want you to be our boots on the ground. We want you to be our partners. We're reaching out to the community first. So don't ever let it be said that DigiTrax and KaraoQ with KaraoQ 360 has not reached out to you first to get this income. And we want you to receive the benefits of what we've developed. Thank you for listening.
KaraoQ, revolutionizing the karaoke experience. Searching through an old dirty catalog of music in a loud, dark bar can be frustrating and confusing. This song might not be available anymore, ultimately distracting the DJ from his work. KaraoQ allows users to quickly sign up and then browse a digital library of up-to-date available songs. It even puts the user directly into the queue with the touch of a button. This saves the DJ time and puts the attention back to the music, providing the best experience for the audience. With KaraoQ, the user will know without a doubt when it's their time to sing. A push notification will be delivered directly to their phone when it's their turn to rock out. And with KaraoQ, the DJ no longer has to hope for cash tips. Patrons can tip the DJ directly with the app and even bump themselves or their friends up in the queue to sing sooner. Everyone at the venue with the KaraoQ app can also link their profile with other social networks, making your venue a truly social music experience. The app allows businesses to send push notifications for drink specials, events, and loyalty incentive programs to patrons in the bar as well as users who follow the venue in the app. With a streamlined karaoke process, patrons as well as DJs will have a better experience, creating relationships, moments, memories, and excitement. With music and technology like never before, KaraoQ, revolutionizing the karaoke experience.